anytime you are absent, and what I mean by absent is you're sick, you're on a college visit, you have a music lesson. I'm not talking about you're absent as far as learning from home. All right, you're just missing class totally. I record every single lesson and put it up on my YouTube channel. All right, that is where you guys can go to take any missing notes you missed for the day. And I'm expecting you to. All right, gone are the days are, well, I just missed class, so I'm going to forget about that day. No, you're not. No, you're not. All right, maybe past January, but from now until January, we got to keep on top of things. All right, so where do you go to get any missed notes? You go to the YouTube channel. All right, and up on Classroom, under the start of the school year, you'll see a link on how to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You just go there, you literally hit the red button that says subscribe, and you're good to go. All right, so the expectation is if you are absent from this class on your own, you will get the notes by watching the video for that day. Okay? So whenever that first day is that you're out totally, that's where you can go. All right, so hopefully that takes away any confusion there. The syllabus is on here, which I will go over in a second. Question for you guys. Let me go back to you. Little thumbs up, raise of hands. How many of you used an online textbook last year? How many of you guys used an online textbook? It probably, I don't know if you could see this or not, it was probably green. It said Algebra 2. You don't need to do anything. Keep using it. This is the same textbook that we are going to use this year. Okay, same exact textbook. So if you used it last year, keep using it. If you have never used it last year, you need to sign up for one. Okay, and the way you sign up for one is by following the instructions right on Google Classroom here for that file. All right. If you forgot you go right to the beginning and you forgot how to sign in. What the heck was my username? What was my password? That's on here too. All right, textbook usernames and passwords is on there. Okay, but you got to get through that first before you sign up for the Algebra 2 book. And do that before tomorrow's class. I am asking you to do that before tomorrow's class because you have an assignment out of it after tomorrow, over the weekend. All right, or for Friday, I should say. Okay, so make sure you have access to that. When you come to class next week, if you want an actual textbook, I can give you one to keep for the year. All right, but for now, until next week, you got to use the online version. So make sure you can sign up for one. And I already know some of your names look familiar because I looked who signed up for what, and some of your names were on there. So thank you. Okay, also on here is the cheat sheet. If you haven't had an opportunity to view it at all, I would highly recommend taking a look at it. And then there's some videos about how to submit assignments to Google Classroom if you don't know how. And if you guys use Cami or Squid or are new to it, how to use those too as well. Okay, so I'm not going to go over any of those. Next up, every unit's going to have a little topic with it. So here's Unit 1. The packet is already up here. Guys, we are going to start in this packet tomorrow. First thing tomorrow. So sign up for the textbook if you haven't already. And the second thing you got to do for me between now and tomorrow's class, how am I taking notes? Okay? Am I going to download this into Cami? Am I going to download this packet into Squid? Or am I just going to print it out? Figure it out by tomorrow's class because you guys need to take notes for me. Okay? You are going to take notes. All right? And any assignment that I have, the homework answers are up here. Okay? So not only are you going to do the problems for me, you are also going to check them before you come in. All right? So that's all there. And then once we do get to Unit 2, that'll be up there eventually. But that's all you need for Unit 1. And then what else do I have? Graded individual assignments I'll get to, and after quiz test videos I'll get to. Do me a favor here, guys. Today, I should have went over this at the beginning, but if you have a question, so we're just not all unmuting our mics, go to the chat for me and literally type in the word question and hit enter. Okay, so I see that you guys have a question. All right, instead of unmuting your mics all at the same time. So if you have a question, do it that way for me. Anything I can answer right now on the Google Classroom page that you guys had maybe questions when you were investigating on your own that I can answer. I got a lot more for you, but any questions there? I know most of you guys have used Google Classroom for many years, but just a little FYI, this is my first year using Google Classroom. I always used Aspen before. So if you see anything I could be doing differently or better, don't hesitate to let me know. All right, because I'm a rookie here. All right. Okay, so there's Google Classroom. Textbook instructions, I already went over. Submitting assignments. Okay, here we go. News to everyone, and probably this will make you happy first day. I don't check homework. Okay, I will assign it, but I'm not going to check it. All right, and I know some of you are like, yeah, let's go. All right, I won't be doing any homework assignments. That's your call. That's your right, since I don't check it. Good luck on those test or quizzes, though, when we have them, if you haven't been practicing. Okay, so I won't be checking them. I will be checking ones, and I will announce them, though. There are certain ones I'll be checking. All right, and those are what I refer to on Google Classroom as graded individual assignments. Okay, so this one is already been assigned, and it's due on Monday. All right, or Sunday at midnight, I think. All right, there are going to be certain assignments that I will collect from you. How am I going to collect them? All through Google Classroom. Okay, even if you're in class or not, all assignments will be collected through Google Classroom. All right, there's a video up on Classroom right now if you need to know how to submit one or not. Okay, so any graded individual assignment will be submitted via Classroom. Okay, and you'll know way in advance that it's coming up too. It's not like I'm going to surprise you one day and say, hey, surprise, graded individual assignment. Okay, this graded individual assignment, and I'll get to the syllabus in a second, but that's 10% of your grade are those assignments. Okay, work shown and correct answers, because remember, guys, you have all the answers to these assignments right here under homework answers. So I'm expecting you guys to check it, have the right answers, and write work with them. Okay? So am I going to check everything? No. Maybe 2 or 3 a unit. All right? That's about it. But at least it'll be for a grade. Okay? And everything's, again, submitted using Google Classroom. Test quizzes. All right, listen up for this one. The way I'm going to do tests and quizzes this year is old school. Everything's going to be done in my classroom. Okay? So for instance, if you have the last name A through K and you are in class for a quiz, you're going to take it that day in class. The rest of you, L through Z, the ones that are home, you're going to be watching a video getting ready for the next topic. You won't be taking the quiz on that day. Okay? So that is why maybe some of you were wondering what this meant after quiz test videos. Those guys that are not in class taking the quiz, those guys that are home will be watching the video for the next topic. And then the next day, we switch. L through Z comes in, takes the quiz. A through K is at home watching the video, getting ready for the next topic. Now, I realize I have a couple of you guys that are 100% remote. Here's how it's going to work for you. I will submit the test via Google Classroom as an assignment. You'll take it, and you'll submit it at the end of class. Now, here's the thing, you guys that are 100% remote, please listen carefully. You will, regardless of what your last name starts with, you will always take it on the second day. Okay? You guys will always take quizzes and tests on the second day. Why? I'm sure you know. If you take it on the first day, you can easily distribute the questions to the people who are taking it the next day, and that's not fair. All right? It's a little thing we like to call cheating. All right? So you guys will always take it on the second day. It'll be in Google Classroom as an assignment specifically for you, and you'll take it. You'll be on camera taking it while the others are taking it in class, and you'll submit it by the end of the class. Okay? Pretty easy. All right? No big deal. All right, so everybody good there on how we're doing tests and quizzes. You will always take it in class, and if you're not in class, you'll be watching the video getting ready for the next topic. And it will be an Ed Puzzle. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ed Puzzle, but it's a video where you can't fast forward. You got to take the notes and answer some questions along the way. All right? So you'll be accountable for that. Any questions so far? Tests, quizzes, wherever you have here? Okay, what do I got next? The syllabus. All right. You guys can watch from home if you want. If you want to open up the syllabus right now from Google Classroom, it's your call as I talk about it. Most of the stuff I've already talked about, but go over some little minor details. All right, real quick, we already went over, if you're absent, what to do. Easiest way is to check out the YouTube channel and take the notes from there, find the video. All right, and again, your seniors, you have responsibility now. All right, you can do this. You're big boy and big girls now. Grades. Tests and quizzes are 90%. The individual assignments I talked about are 10%. Okay? So majority of them's tests and quizzes because this is a senior level class, but there will be some that are individual assignments which count for 10%. Okay? And again, remember those individual assignments are not every day. It's about 2 or 3 a quarter. And you'll have plenty of notice when I'm going to collect it. And you have the answers for them as well, which is even better. But you need to still show the work. Okay? All right, supplies. I do not care when you get the supplies. I don't. And since you guys are seniors and juniors, I'm not going to tell you how to organize yourself either. However you think you're going to be the most successful, organize your supplies that way. I'm not going to be like, all right, guys, you got your binder. Let's put a table of contents in the beginning and page 1 underneath. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. However you want to get organized, that's how you organize yourself. One of these supplies I want to talk about right now, which is the graphing calculator. Yes, there is one on the Chromebook, and that's awesome. Awesome that they put that on there this year, and it'll be on there at least through 2020. All right, through December 31st, 2020, and they may extend it, I don't know. Here's the thing you need to know. You are not allowed to use that for tests and quizzes in here. You have to actually use a TI, some kind of graphing calculator. Okay, so please be aware of that. If you're in class taking a test or quiz, and the Regents exam for that matter in January, you got to be using an actual graphing calculator. And I'm sure you guys know why, because you may be using the graphing calculator on your Chromebook, but I don't know where else you're looking to. Okay, and that's not fair to the other people. Yes, I do have some to lend out, but as you guys know, this is a different year. I can't lend them out this year, all right, because for safety reasons. All right, so you may need to borrow it from a friend. I don't know, rough up a smart kid or one of the freshmen that have a new one, whatever you got to do. Okay, find some way to get one in class though. All right, and that's pretty much it, guys, as far as the syllabus is concerned. The only thing I'll let you guys know, I've been talking about, January is the Regents, so we've got to get through January. Foot on the gas pedal to January. What comes after January? I'm taking my foot off. It's a little bit less stressful. We do some pre-calculus topics to get you guys ready for college math that you'll probably be taking next year. Okay? And it is much more laid back. So if you can get to pass the Regents and pass that sucker, you guys are good second semester. Okay? I'm still going to expect you to do work and put in some effort, but if you can get there, we'll be okay. Okay? We got to get there first, though. All right? All right, last thing here on the syllabus, I just want you to make a note of those 2 words up there. They're up there for a reason, effort and finish. Okay, I told you guys at the beginning of my spiel here, effort. If you can put in effort, we're going to get along great. We're going to have fun this year, and you're going to have some good grades. All right, but laziness won't be tolerated in here. All right, ask anybody who's taken this class before. All right. Okay, guys, anything I can answer about how class is going? What time we get out of here? Period 5:55. Yeah, we got plenty of time. 20 minutes. Anything I can answer for you guys? And don't be shy to ask questions either. Don't be scared. All right? Nothing. All right? Bashful, whatever word you want to put in there. Ask as many questions as you guys want. Okay? All right. Last thing, taking notes. Maybe you have thought of this, maybe you've done it already. So if you have, I'm sorry for wasting about 5 minutes of your time. But last week I thought, all right, well, we're going to start taking notes tomorrow. You guys got to have me on your screen so you can see what notes to take. And you got to have your notes packet on the screen too at the same time. So how do I do both? All right. So some of you that didn't think about this, take a quick look here. First thing you want definitely is the Google Meet up there. Okay, you want our Google Meet up. Okay, and what I'm suggesting is your Google Meet is a tab right now at the top of your screen. I'm going to suggest you take your mouse and drag it out so it actually becomes its own window. All right, so now I have 2 windows open, the one with all my tabs and the one with the Google Meet right now. And then I'm going to minimize it. Up in the top right-hand corner, you guys have an X, 2 squares, and a minus sign. I hit the 2 squares. It makes it a little smaller, but you can make it even smaller than that. If you just drag from right to left, it'll make it as small or as big as you guys need to. So that's one window up to see me taking the notes. The next window is your notes packet. And again, using the 2 squares in the top right-hand corner, I click it, make it as big or as small as I need it to be. And now let's take a look. I got those 2 suckers right next to each other on one screen. While I'm doing the notes here, all right, you can be filling in your own notes for tomorrow. Okay, so think about how you're going to take notes tomorrow. Okay, think about how you're going to take the notes. All right, I like the side by side. All right, but it's up to you. All right, how you're going to take the notes tomorrow. To keep you guys on your toes. All right, to make sure I know you're paying attention and taking notes and not online doing your fantasy football or buying clothes online. Tomorrow, everyone's going to be assigned a number. Okay, you'll be assigned a number. And what I like to do is when I need a question answered, I go to my random number generator and I generate a number. If that's your number, you're up. What do you got for me? Okay, so that makes me know that you're on your toes, you're thinking about what we're doing, and you're taking the notes. All right, I love using this because it is random. You may be called on 3 times in one class, or you may not be called on in 2.5 weeks. All right, that's how random it is. All right, so just be aware of that. All right, so I know you're listening and you're keeping on your toes. All right, so just something to think about tomorrow. How you're going to do back-to-back screens. All right. And as you can see, tomorrow we're starting factoring, a review of factoring. That's the first part of our unit, review of factoring. I know it's probably some good times, good memories for you guys. All right, I'm pretty much done here unless you guys have questions. And this will probably be the only day you leave early. If I'm done with the notes early, you guys will stay on and you'll practice whatever assignment we're practicing with. Okay, so you guys can ask questions. All right, guys, last opportunity. Any questions for me? Going? Any questions? How you're going to take a test or quiz, submit all assignments using Google Classroom, when they're graded anyway. Go ahead, Ella, what do you got for me?
So I saw you post a link for like after school help. So like,
I didn't even talk about that. Sorry, thank you. I had one job, talk about after school. Thank you, Ella. Yes, as many of you guys know or maybe don't know, there is no physical one-on-one. You guys can't stay after school anymore. All right. Once, what time we got it? Once 2:16 hits, the end of the day, you're out. You got to get out of here. No matter if you drove here, rode your bike, the bus, whatever, you got to get out of here. So there's no after-school help anymore. So what I have available to you guys is one of 3 things. First thing, up on the start of the school year info, is after-school help. All right. From 2:15 to 3, there's a Google link up there, a Google Meet link, where you can join, and I'll be there just basically hanging out in the class here, answering any questions that you have. So that's one way to get extra help. Second way, I have periods 3, 7, and 8 off every day. Okay? If you have a study hall that period, because unfortunately it stinks, I'm with you, you're not allowed off campus yet. If you have study hall periods 3, 7, or 8 and want to come see me for extra help then, let me know ahead of time so I can give you a pass to get to your study hall teacher. Okay, so that's the second way, period 3, 7, and 8. Third way, and this goes back to the beginning of my speech where I'm going to do anything I can to get you guys through this. If after school 2:15 to 3 doesn't work for whatever reason, and you don't have my free periods free, we'll schedule a Google Meet another time. Guys, I'll schedule it at 7 o'clock at night if I have to. All right, I'll work around your schedule. I'll do whatever I can to answer your questions. Okay, but you got to ask for help though. Okay, does that answer your question, Ella? Okay. Other questions? Anything else I can answer from you guys? We sure? All good? Okay, if there's nothing else, I just want to make sure I got everything covered. Yep, looks like we're good for today. I went over everything. And if questions still come up, email me. It's fine, email me. Okay? I didn't care so much about it today because it's the first day and I'm just going over everything. But starting tomorrow, all cameras are on. All right? Please make sure of that starting tomorrow. All right. So remember, there's two things you need to do for me before you come to class tomorrow. Make sure your textbook's all ready to go for online. You can have access to it. And the second thing is, how are you going to take notes? Because we are getting after it tomorrow with factoring. All right. All right, guys, if there's no questions, I'm going to let you go, but don't expect that to happen too often because you'll be working on assignments if there's extra time. But for today, it was great meeting everybody. Think about if this is the right class for you or not, and you're ready to put in that effort I'm going to expect. All right, thank you for showing up here. It was great meeting everyone, and I'm looking forward to putting the gas on the pedal tomorrow. All right, hopefully you are too. Have a good day, guys. Behave. Nothing stronger than ginger ale. Have a good day.